I think it's about time my graphics card had a bit of a clean. I haven't done it in quite a while. So let's jump in and have a look. Get it cleaned out and I'll show you the best things to do and the best practices to do it. Let's go! Hello YouTubers. Are you ready for some dusty stuff? Basically what it was, I went to do a video about cleaning the GPU paste on my GPU. And thought, yeah, we'll give it a clean and I'll video it on YouTube, show everyone how dusty your machines can get if you do not clean them. I mean, admittedly, I clean mine, not as often as I used to, I admit, hands up. But if you haven't cleaned your PC in quite a while, I'll suggest you do, once you've seen how dusty this stuff that I've got on a bench over there actually is. So what I've done, I've taken my GPU out, and it's obviously got a closed loop water cooler, so it's got a one fan and one pump system, all in one. I think it was an EVGA kit, I think, for the 1080 Ti. But at the time of purchase, I didn't realise that I didn't have a reference circuit board, which meant my board was slightly different. So the case that goes over the top of the board isn't quite satisfactory for the model I have, but I managed to kind of fudge it on there. You know, it doesn't really matter. It's got the cooler, it's got the fan still installed, so it doesn't matter. But you wait till you see this dusty stuff that I've got here, you're not going to believe your eyeballs. So let's jump in and have a look, and I'll show you just how bad PCs and fans and that can actually accumulate dust over time. I can't remember the last time I did this machine, but it wasn't that long ago, really. But looking at my motherboard down the bottom here, I think that may need a clean too, so I may include that as well. So at the moment, I've got a couple of fans that are on the, as I say, the not heatsink, what is it, with the water coolers, radiator, there you go. The 250mm radiator, or sorry, 120mm radiator, with two fans on it, so it's push-pull configuration, if you know what that means. If not, don't worry. And I'll show you what dust is on it and how best to clean it, because obviously electronics is quite, or can be quite sensitive, especially if you've got quite an expensive graphics card like a 1080 Ti or a 2080 Ti or Radeon RX, whatever doodle of flips in a what's it. I don't know what numbers the Radeons are, so I'm not an AMD fanboy. I was an ATI fanboy, but not an AMD fanboy. So yeah, let's jump in. I'll show you exactly how much dust I've accumulated in probably about maybe a year, maybe. Shameful, isn't it, really? And I'll show you how best to clean it and what I do personally to clean it. And I think it's probably a good idea for you guys to check your PCs if you haven't cleaned them out in a while. Especially if you've got a gaming PC with lots of fans. The dust accumulates very quickly. So let's have a look, and let's jump in and let's jump over to the bench and have a closer inspection. Let's go to the bench. So this is the stuff I've currently got on my bench. I've not got my CPU heatsink or fan or the actual CPU out as yet. I've also delidded my CPU, so I've got to be a little bit careful and try and remember that I've delidded the bloody thing when I take the thing off. So here you can see, this is my 1080 Ti, this board right about here. This is the radiator. Look at the state of that. That is absolutely horrible. Come on, zoom your fuck. Can't really see it on my finger, but you get the gist of it. Let me show you a look at that, all that dust. And so I didn't clean it not that long ago, so I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. This is one of the fans. This all together because I've cable tied it all together, silly me. But yeah, I mean that's not too sad upon first look, but there's quite a bit of grit and whatever else on the other side. I'll put it over there. And as I say, if I can grab this up, let me show you the, oh my god, look at that, that's just caked. I mean, I do smoke in here, so that's all that coloured stuff you can see. Yeah, that's gunk. So don't smoke in the room where you've got your gaming rig, children. Yeah. So yeah, let me twist that back round. Again, you've got to be very gentle with these things. You've got to be worried about static and all that kind of rubbish. But I mean, you can't really see it on there because it's a black PCB, but trust me, that is caked. And now you can see that. I mean, look at that. It's even got the shape of the arms of the fan that go on there. That is ridiculous. So what I do, I'll take it all apart, get it a bit more presentable, shall we say, and we'll have a deeper, closer look. Well, as you can see from that taking apart, it was a little bit of a pain in the arse, but got there in the end nonetheless. I'm not sure whether I should actually take that off and put some more heat paste on. I'm not quite sure. I don't know. I may do, I may not. I'm not sure. Heat sinks just seem to have stuck. I know I put them on top of the chassis there, but I don't care. Extra thermal release, isn't it, I suppose? A few more heat sinks at the back here. I mean, that looks absolutely terrible. Look at the state of that. That's ridiculous. I wonder if I can actually unscrew that from where I is. Oh, no, it's underneath. Got to take that whole plate off. What a bummer. What I generally do, I'll show you. What I generally do with fans is, if I can find it, I normally have like an old paintbrush. It's only small bristle, but it's something that's not going to damage any electrical components or whatnot. So it's not like it's, you know, like a steel wire brush, not to use it in this instance, but it'll be scrubbing along. Do you know what I mean? So let me see what I did with that, and we'll have a go at that fan. Let me see if I can find it while I'm here. You can still hear me, but I'm coming away from the camera. Right. Aha. That's good. I went straight to the bloody thing. Ooh, let's put the phone. Right. Okay. What I generally do, just a standard painter's brush, not as big as that. Don't need that big. It's just that's the only one I've got to hand. What I generally do is just go over the circuit board where you can physically see. Give it a. Oh, jeez, look at that. That's ridiculous. There's loads of shit on that. Look at that. Whoo, baby. Let me keep going. It's going to get a bit smoke screeny in here now. But, as I say, this what happens, guys. You know, if you don't clean your PC... I mean, I was quite meticulous at one stage cleaning my computer, but bloody hell. This is absolutely caked in it. I dare blow it. I'm going to have to, really. I ain't got no compressed air. Oh, actually, tell a lie. I lied. I do. I have some compressed air. Do I have the little stick? Is that the right stick? No, it's not. That's for the WD-40. Oh yeah, make sure you don't spray it with WD-40. I mean, it won't damage your electronics, literally, but you don't want to mess it up, do you? Right, okay, ready? Way! Look at that. Let's get some shit off around there and all. Get spray from underneath. That's good. So you got rid of all the big particles of dust. I mean, that looks a hell of a lot bloody better. I should have put my zoom lens on, shouldn't I? To see what I'm looking at. O-files. What else? Where's my brush gone? Oh, I can smell that. That's disgusting. So pipes as well. You might as well clean the pipes way there. While you're here, you might as well do a full job, might you? No point doing half-assed. But yeah, go around where you can see an accumulation of dust. I mean, that's a lot bloody better. And if I can, I'm going to put it up. Try not to stress the pipes there as well. So if you feel any stress, try and go the opposite way, because that's not going to do any favours. You know, the last thing you want is a kink in the water pipe. The last thing you want is it all to be leaking everywhere, all over the expensive goods. Now this is this doesn't build up static as far as I'm aware. I've used it quite a lot previously, this method, so I would say you're relatively safe. And just give it a brush down like that. I mean, again, it gets rid of the top layer of dust. Not that you really need to, but I do because, you know. Oh yeah, let's give the inside of this a clean. This is going to be a, yeah, slightly dirty. Let me move the card up out to, wait, that actually weighs a ton. Let me pull it up somewhere safe where it's not going to fall. Oh crap. Oh shit. Oh, they dropped it then and started to panic. Woo! Let's move on to a simple fan. Not simple plan, simple fan. Right. Same thing again, just use the brush, get between the bristles. This is how I always clean my stuff. No need for any chemicals, no need for any water. Ignore those channels that stick their computers in baths of water. Don't be silly. Yeah, it'll clean your PC, but yeah, it'll never work again. Believe me. I think that's how they get all their YouTube hits, isn't it? They beat the algorithm, they do something stupid like that, and people go, really? You can do that? And then they have a look and go, oh, maybe not. I'm going to give it a spray of dust. Spray of dust? No, you know what I mean. Spray of air to get rid of the dust. God, the state of my hands is black. Anyway, that's pretty much done. There's no need to really do anything else with that. And how am I going to do this? I'm going to put these screws somewhere because I know I'm going to lose them. Always good to put them somewhere safe. A good idea actually, if you do watch any computing channels, there is a, was it Gamers Nexus has a nice sort of table layout, so you can sort of lay out where your screws came from with your particular GPU, and you can put them in certain areas on there so you don't lose them. Unlike me, I have nowhere to put them. Right, let's get on to a nice and easy one, shall we? So this is my sound card. What's the, I can't remember. If you know what this is, let me know in the comments. I can't remember. Asus Sonar, is it? I don't know. Asus something. Oh, STX2, that was it. I forgot the bloody name of it. Right, where's my bloody brush? Right down here, right there. So yeah, again, so just a normal paintbrush. Like so. I mean, there's a bit of dust on it, you can't really see. I suppose if you're looking in HD, which you probably are, you might be able to see that. God, dust is just flying everywhere. But as you can see, as long as you get just a quick going over, just like so, that's pretty much done for a little while. There's not going to be anything underneath there, I hope. I'm not going to bother to have a look because that'll just be silly. But let's get the heatsink shroud, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure it's called a shroud. And we'll just get rid of those tobacco markings. I know your comments are going to start grilling me. Shouldn't smoke, blah blah blah. I know, but I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. Outside, sometimes you can get just a wipe or something maybe. But I suppose that will do for now. It's a bit abrasive, you know. Well, it looks a bit abrasive, it's not really. There's not really that much dust on that component really. But it's always best to do it just for completion. Stay. And we come now to the worst part, which I can't actually remember how I cleaned this last time, which is this up here. So let me bring the card down without knocking anything. Let me stick that card just above over there. Let's get it at an angle, just like that. How did I do this last time? Let me think. Did I use a brush? Oops. Oh yeah, I probably did. Probably did exactly that. Jesus bloody Christ. Whew. That's terrible shit. Should put a dust mask on if I'd known it'd be that bad. And poor daddy's dust there. Look at that. That is redonkulous. Blast it from this side as well. Look at that. That is absolutely caked in it. Well, it was. Not so much now. What you can do for little bits, you probably get a toothbrush or something, fine toothbrush or something like that. I'll just give it a vigorous wipe. Oh, there goes my screwdriver. See, that's why I don't leave screws on the bench. Otherwise I would have just lost all that. So that's not too bad. I would call that pretty much done. And due to my time constraints, I'm not going to go through the CPU, but I will do the inward fan that goes to this pump. Sorry, radiator. So just do as I am. Go around the outside as well, like so. Do the opposite side, because it's where it's going to collect all the big bits of dust. Then your air compression device and or spray. So that's pretty much a job done. You could do some WD-40 as well on the inside. Have I got some with me? No, it's all at work. Okay, let's continue with this then. I may actually do a GPU thermal paste repasting. I might as well, I suppose, and I really. So that's the fan clean. It's the biggest fan I've got so far on YouTube. Funny. Right, this is the reservoir, aka radiator. So what I'm going to do, yeah, so let's have a look. Let's take this off first, because this is, these, as you can see, these pipes are quite tough. Oh, you see, I don't really want to break anything. Let me get rid of all this dust that's on this desk from earlier on's cleaning, because there's a lot of crap everywhere. That's a lot to do. Right, so take this water cooler item piece off. I think I'm going to have to put it round the other way, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, so I'll grab it and put it round. No, there's still loads of dust on the bloody desk. Bloody hell. How much dust can come off one system? A lot is the answer. Right, so this is the 1080 Ti PCB. And where is my small screwdriver I used yesterday? There we go. That's right there, staring at me. Right, number one rule when taking these GPU heat sinks off is you do side, oh, that's the straight edge. There's my other one over the back. Is to, now that's the straight edge as well. Where's my little bloody small screwdriver that I used yesterday? That's a slight bit of a pain. There we go, we'll use the one over here. That should do us. There we go. Yeah, so you should do a diagonal fashion. So you'll do 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The idea is that obviously you've got the die underneath this heatsink. So the last thing you want to do is create pressure all on one side. So you evenly distribute the pressure while you take off these other screws. These are springy, so to be wary that they don't fly off somewhere. And voila. That's actually not too bad. I don't really need to change that. I mean, that's the paste as it is. And that's how it is on the GPU. That's not too sad. Let me just detach. Does via. Oh, that goes underneath. What is that plug? That's interesting. So this is the albeit naked circuit board, and let's come back to that in a second. So let's have a look at getting rid of the first removal of the previous heat paste that we have on our GPU or CPU, depending on what it is you're doing. So I use a regular cotton bud, if it will focus. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Normal cotton bud. And some, can either use isopropyl alcohol or pure nail varnish remover, which has got acetone in. So, as an example, I use this stuff. Pure acetone, it says at the bottom. None of that stuff that's got funky smells and all that kind of moisturizery crap and stuff in it. Don't want none of that. So, dip your cotton bud in. As you can see, it's quite good at dissolving heat paste stuff. Now this that's on here is actually, I think it's, what is it I use? I've got the tub somewhere. I'll dig it out in a moment just to show you guys. But just for quickness, I was going to use a tissue, but I haven't got one. Literally just drowned it in this stuff. Reason being, it's an alcohol. And obviously, given its purity, it will actually evaporate quite quick. So you've not got to worry about sort of, I mean, don't worry about the sides here. I mean, that's not a major issue. Some people say it will be. You can't do that. That's the wrong way to do it. And some people will be like, yeah, it's fine. Me personally, don't see it as being an issue. It's not conductive. Obviously, if you've got a metal heat paste solution, then obviously you want to clear it off everywhere that has electronic components on, because these have capacitors and stuff around the side. So let me grab my, if I've got it in my camera bag, my little silk cloth, which I probably haven't got. No, I haven't. Let me see. I've got my cloth somewhere. Maybe it's in my bag. I think it's in my bag. Let's have a look. No, it's not. Shows you why you should prepare for YouTube videos and not just start filming randomly, because now I can't find the one item I want to use. Anyhow, okay, just keep going with the isopropyl alcohol or nail varnish remover. I say nail varnish remover seems to do the job pretty well, I think. It does smell a bit, so try not to inhale it all. Like I say, you can get this from any local store or your general stores and all that stuffs. We'll leave that as done. I know it's not 100% complete, but I'm not too worried. So pull that out the way and bring in the ever so difficult, still attached, sort of monoblock, I guess you would call it. Stick some of that on there. I mean, ideally what you want to do is get somebody to actually take the excess off of this before you actually start removing it with a certain cleaner or whatnot, because there's quite a bit on here, to be honest. I didn't think there was quite that much that was applied first time round. I must have been a bit excited and blew my load all over it and used quite a lot. As I say, you can say it does take this off pretty, well, I'm not in bloody focus. It does take it off pretty well. So I'm not sure how much of that was in focus. Let me turn the servo AF off, so it's not going to keep refocusing while I'm putting my hand in shot, which is quite good because it's like a manual focus. Then you just press a button to turn it on or off, as you may wish. So, yeah, you may want to get a cloth or something just to wipe that. I have a piece of tissue. And so you're probably best doing this first, because then you can completely get rid of the compound. And then just for readiness and cleanliness, you can just use isopropyl and or pure acetone, just to give it a nice little bit of polish. So that to me is complete. And we're going to go now back to the reattachment. So reapplication, bit of tissue there. Reapplication of the GPU compound. I've got to find where mine is. There we are. I found it. Let me server AF back on. There we go. This is stuff I always use. MX4. It's a little bit dated now. There's newer ones out on the market, but I always come back to this stuff. Very, very good. Never had an issue. And as I say, this GPU's been like this for probably about a year now, and it's not so bad in the sense of longevity. How long it stays on there for. Now the tricky bit I find with this is obviously attaching the heatsink back on. I've gone under focused again. What the hell's going on with this bloody camera? Under exposure. I don't care. Leave it as is. Not the camera while I'm doing it. So what I do prior to pure belief, I do a nice blob in said middle. Yeah, it can be quite awkward to do, especially in this situation, as you can see, because you've got to try not to bend those cables too much, and obviously try and not get any cables stuck in between while you're doing it. Obviously this has got to be facing upwards, because obviously the pipes are coming out this side. So let me try to add them on the camera. So this doesn't hold anyway. I can't actually remember how I did this best. I wonder. I want to do it. Right, okay. So let's do. Now I know I didn't want to change this before. This is quite a bit of a pain in the side of the back. What we'll do, get a screw ready, and we'll place in one of the said holes, so you can just line up to see whereabouts it is you're going. So you want to be very, very careful. Yeah, probably not if you're not used to doing this sort of stuff. I mean, that was attached just then. So you can push it on, it'll have some sort of hold, and then take it round. This is not a very good video, is it? There we go. Or not. This isn't going very well. I just scraped it down with it. Yeah, this is slightly awkward. If you haven't done it before, I would recommend probably not doing it. So next time, ouch, I will actually remember not to do it like this. Is that a screw hole? Let's hope so. Ah, you bastard. So do it yourself heat sinks and stuff, not fucking great. Okay, I managed to do it on my lap and not on camera, so sorry guys. Managed to get the first screw in, and then the rest of it is pretty simple. Probably best laying it down flat as I have it. Only put the screws in slight way in. And obviously when you do the P method, which I'm sure you guys have seen on YouTube prior to me doing this, it pushes out and spreads the heat paste out. So again, go in a diagonal fashion, like so. I mean, it's a bit more awkward because you've got these cables, but if you haven't, it's probably a bit easier. And that is the graphics card part sorted out. And as I say, sorry I couldn't show you actually physically on camera, but that's the way to do it. And we'll put the outer case back on. Just here on the LED bits coming off. Where's my LED plug? Little, there we go. Remember, reattach all your plugs. Can't show you obviously because it's out of the way. And so this doesn't really fit on my particular model of graphics card. That's a bit beefy. I don't like that cable there. Oh, yeah. I'll come back when I'm done. Completed. Don't forget your screws that you had previous. All up there. What I'm going to do is actually put this plate back on first. Again, give that a bit of a clean because that's a bit also dusty. Let's do that round the front. So you're not going to see it because this thing is a right pain in the arse to manoeuvre about as you're doing this sort of stuff. So I do apologise you're not seeing all the stuff that you want to be looking at. So those are two large screws for the opposite side of the heat sink. And 1, 2, 3, 4 is there. Right, so we use these screws to put and align these back on to the card. Yeah, I'm a bit at the wrong angle there, guys, so do apologise. One thing I've always learned, when you're putting screws back into anywhere, or anything, or any device, never ever tighten any one of them up all the way. Just literally slightly put, so that it's just so the screw bites, so they're not going to fall out. Just so you get all the screw holes up, because a lot of the time in manufacturing the screw holes don't always match. Well, there might be like a slight variation, and obviously if you put one screw and tighten it all up, for example, and then you come to put the other screws in, you might find that some of the screws do not match up, in which case you'll be in trouble. So doing it that way, you just literally put one screw in, just loose, and then concentrate on the others. Then you're pretty much good to go. So let's do the back of the the side of the heatsink now. I'm not sure I want to get it in view again, but apologies if I cannot. Oh, I see. Okay. survey that one. That's it. So let's get around the other side. You silly cow. Person joke. The back side again, I can't show you this, guys. I say this specific shroud is not intended for this card. This is the non-reference card that was made, and obviously this shroud is made to fit a reference card, so screw holes are not all available. So when you're putting this one on, you may find, or this one in particular, is that you're going to have not a full fit, which may or may not be detrimental. But obviously on this model, for example, I had to cut out the holes for this bit here, which is a bit of a shit. I didn't really want to do that, but you know, kind of had no choice really in the matter. Right, put your screws back under position. Always mark out where they came from, otherwise you're gonna get stuck. So I'm off screen there, sorry. Put that one in. Again, only just loose. You don't want them all in fully tight straight away, because you may get stuck. And obviously I've got a magnetic screwdriver, so that's always good. This one went a bit funky. Okay. And obviously it's always a good thing, especially on graphics cards, not to over tighten screws. If you get to the point where the screw's just getting tight, then stop. The last thing you want to do is create stress on the board, because you're going to run into problems at a later stage with heat and whatnot, excessive heat after a certain amount of time. Let's go this way round. Son of a beeswax. Okay. Someone's having fun with their motorbike. This can be quite therapeutic and also stressful at the same time, because you don't want to break your really expensive graphics card or scratch the surface like I may have just done. So I'm doing this cack-handedly because the camera's in the way and my hand will be in the way. And I'm sweating like a bitch because it's hot out today in London. What was it, 37, 38 degrees today? Still bloody humid now. Had a slight thunderstorm. I think we had 2 claps of thunder and that was it. So I was expecting a lot more than that. Hey ho, what can you do? I think I'm actually missing a screw here. There's nothing in that one. Yeah, so I think it's that one. I know I've got that black screw here, but I don't think that was to do anything. So yeah, so now literally, once you've got all your screws in, just tighten to the point where they're not going to be too tight. So literally just twist until they start biting and start stopping, then stop. Like that. So we've got a loosey goosey screw loosey. Hey ho, not too bolt hard. Yeah, and then that's your case. Actually it's gone on better this time round, I think, because it's gone under the lip here. Sorry, showing you. Under the lip here of this case. What I will do, if I can find my black insulating electrical tape, I'll actually put some tape around it. There you go, some of that stuff. And you pick this off. And hopefully this machine's working again after we've done all this, because if it ain't, it's going to be big trouble. I'm sure it'll be fine. So electrical tape, that's way too much. I like to use electrical tape just to neaten things up. I'll put there. The thing with electrical tape, if you stretch it, it will stick better. Like that. Just to keep it all together. It doesn't really show up like a sore thumb. Well, it kind of does on camera because you're seeing the holes there, but let's see how it goes, and I'll let you know if this computer works afterwards. We'll plug it back in, see what happens.